This is an unboxing of Uprising, Curse of the Last Emperor, all-in Kickstarter pledge. It includes the Uprising Arch-Nemesis expansion, the dice pack, and the Armory of Azul item pack. So let's take a look at the base game, and then we'll go into the expansions. This is a 2 to 4 player cooperative 4X game that looked amazing on Kickstarter, and they were able to deliver it during a pandemic year, which is a pretty amazing accomplishment. So let's see how it turned out. Safety notice, pretty standard stuff. So we have our tiles. These are on some pretty thick cardboard. The text is pretty clear. The tokens look pretty nice. Let's take and put these over here to the side. So this one has some more. You're going to be exploring hexes in this game, and you're going to find different things there that do different things. I forget from the preview videos I watched, and obviously maybe some stuff has changed since then. I'm hoping to learn the game over the holiday break here, and should be posting some content on it later. So I think everything looks good from an artwork perspective. Inside we have this board, which is massive. I will try to unfold it. It's actually two pieces, which is going to make it a little bit easier. It's so big that it doesn't even fit on a single board. I think some of the previews I saw had a play mat. You can kind of see here just a standard hexagonal board. It looks like a point track on the outside, and it's got some different places for decks. And then in here we actually have two other boards. So this is a board that's going to go through your different chapters of the game. This is the chapter track, which gives you the flow through the game, quest decks and items. So it's going to give you a layout of your board, and then we have our Imperial Graveyard and Chaos Graveyard, Horde deck and Legion deck. Here's some combat sequence cards, it looks like. So you have your combat sequence for what's going to happen, which I guess one per player, or maybe two total. And then on the back, you'll have a placing activation and a reference, which is actually going to be pretty nice because it is a fairly long rulebook, it looks like. It tells you if you're doing this, you need to go to this page, which is a great thing. Well, this is a pretty nice rulebook. It's got a wire-bound spiral and some great artwork inside. So let's see here. It has this is actually something every game needs to have the contents, because if you're trying to determine what you're missing, it's really hard if you buy a game secondhand and you're concerned about a missing piece, or you get into the game and you're like, what am I supposed to... It's asking for this piece and I don't have any of them. So setup, it goes through your basic setup with different factions, 2, 3, or 4 player, which is nice. And you can change the difficulty, which is great. So, you can start off easy for your first game and then bump it up if you want, or you can even just start on like normal and then move up to nightmare or apocalyptic difficulty settings. And that's really good because I'm a big fan of cooperative games. I'm interested in where they take the cooperative game in terms of a 4X style game, especially with such great artwork. I think that really adds to a game. So, and most overlooked rules, which is always good because people will, I think invariably in a game this complicated, you will miss some rules in the first playthrough. Very rarely not missed at least one rule in my very first playthrough. So this is some more tokens with some good artwork on them. We have, it looks like faction playmats. So each one has different units. It looks like maybe some these look all the same, but different units. Sword sisters, younglings. They cost different to obtain, which is nice to have a little bit of asymmetry. I don't know what elephant resources are, but looks good. And we have the tribesmen, trolls, and we have slavers, berserkers, hunters, and sellswords. Interesting. Oh, nice. So this has... I guess I haven't watched a unboxing yet for this game, but it has these game tray style inserts for each player, which is really nice. It helps with the setup. So one thing they did differently on this, and it's probably the first game I've seen, they did acrylic minis. Acrylic standees. So they have these acrylic. We'll take out one faction here. Oh, nice. They have names on it. So we have these acrylic standees, which feel very sturdy actually, and they'll sit in these bases. So we'll look at these. The art. One nice thing is the artwork really comes out on these, whereas in a mini, you're not gonna. I mean, you can get some detail, but you have to go and paint them if you want to get the detail like this on it. So this is really, really cool. I haven't seen anything like this before. I don't think any other game is doing, or has done this at least. Maybe other games will in the future. We got this. Let's see. These all look kind of the same. We have like a Wolf Rider. That's kind of cool. So that's neat. So this is faction components. I guess these just go in here. That, and there's, I guess everything's going to be added to these game trays as you punch stuff out, so that setting up a game goes much quicker. That is a really great addition to this game. So we have, let's see here. We have another faction. Let's just throw it here. So we have Varanth, who's got a giant hammer, kind of like a big dwarf almost. Yanni. We have this like cool looking elephant. There we have a snow Darth Maul dude. I don't know. Got another one of those. We have like a spear wielder. We have another guy. And these cubes must mean something that are on here, but I don't know at this point. Let's get to the yellow faction here. See what these guys are all about. So, I know when I first saw this, I wasn't sure how durable these standees were going to be, but they seem really, really durable. And I like how the artwork shows up on them. So maybe, I guess the other nice thing is you can have way more units with this than you can with a bunch of minis in the same size box. I mean, this is still a big box because there's a lot of stuff here, but you can definitely fit more in the same area. So we got that one, and then we have red. Got a lot of stuff here. So red. All right. Whoops. Okay. So we got Kalal. We got Dugpa. We have a couple, and they come in different sizes with different bases, so they all look pretty good, I think. We've already seen those. Got this white cube thing. Orange. We have like another type of Wolf Rider here. And that's pretty much it for this faction. So throw these off to the side. Now let's see what's in the bottom here. So in the bottom, we have a bunch of cards, which we'll look at here in a minute. These must be the, each faction has their own cards. We have these nice, actually these are cool, nice chunky wooden tokens for tracking things. We have these, which I think are your action tokens for your turn, gems, which is a nice touch that they went out on that. We have even the, the base box comes with a set of edge dice, and we have in the all-in, you get a second set, so you have more than enough dice that for the game. And we have these nice tarot-sized cards, which we'll look at here in a minute. Let's see what's in here. So we got, oh, these are pretty sweet. So these are little like settlement tokens. I'll show them up here in the bag in each of the colors. That's nice. And they have a nice tray with, this is great. They have the labels in, for what you're supposed to put in each one on the trays, which makes putting things back super easy. And we have these awesome looking havens, I think they're called in here. I always want to call them settlements. Curses, skeletons, hordes, garrisons, legions. So more bases. We have some monsters in like bright yellow, which we'll take out. We have these. These are the, I guess, maybe they're fortresses. What do they call them? Curses, garrisons, legions. So maybe they're garrisons. So you're going to build these things with these cool purple bases, and they have some nice detailing on them. And then you're going to, if you have to add to that, you're going to stack one of these purple things on them, which is going to, give it a little bit of, pagoda style. And then if you get to the third one, which is going to be hard to carry, you get these, this little like topper thing, which is delicate, which you'll set, on top here. And you'll end up with something like this, which I'll try to turn over. There you go. So it ends up looking really cool. Let me throw these in there. Hopefully I don't lose them all. Okay, so now let's go through the enemies. I was just very, very excited about those. So we have the False Messiah, Liqueen, Counter of Omens, Oda the Fallen, and the artwork on here is all super nice. These things turned out amazing. The Banished, yeah, and unlike like a cardboard standee, these things seem like they're in a hold-up coven of Yasat, and the Bloodworm, which is like a dragon type thing. Pretty much gotta have a dragon in anything like this. And then, let's see here. So we have purple. So we have the Executioner. This one didn't turn out quite as well. I guess this one has a slight manufacturing defect, it looks like, on the plastic, unfortunately, but the other side turned out okay. The Warlock. The Emperor. The Courtesan. The Assassin. The Guard, or the Imperial Guard. The Spy Master. And the Mage Breaker. So those all look cool for the purple. I think it's the Legion faction. Now we have these, I don't know, towers? Walls and towers. So this is like a base of a tower. And, oh yeah, here's cool little like tower things. I'll show it up there. Looks kind of cool. And what are these? Oh, little like tentacle wall things. Okay, so we've gone through that. Now let's push that back, and let's take a look at some of these cards. And then we'll try to take a look. This is taking up a lot of space with all these things out. Let's take a look at these tarot cards. I probably won't go through all the action cards because there's a lot there, and we have a lot of other things to open. So this is good. They've included a dice distribution card, so you can, one per player, and I really like the feel of these cards. They're not like slippery. They're kind of like it's almost like a premium rulebook feel. So these must be events. So these are chapter events. So I'm not going to, in case that there's I don't know, in case people don't want to get spoiled, but basically you're going to have a bunch of events with different chapters. These ones are different, I guess, leaders. Two different, okay, from the little standees you can see. Cool. These are different monsters or different like bosses, it looks like, and I'm assuming the number is how strong they are. So from the Lich Queen all the way to Ode of the Fallen, which is the worst, and then the weakest is the Courtesan, and the strongest is the New Emperor. And let's see what we have in here. So we have a quest deck with various quests in it. So we're going to place any horde on any hex, activate the horde with the lowest initiative. So, which I guess I would learn as I'm playing the game on how it actually works. And let's look at another like quest, the Imperial Spy. So we remove all activation if you solve the quest, and if you fail it, one garrison on empty hex with no X. Interesting. I'm assuming this is what you need to complete the quest, which we'll have to find out what that means as we play the game. So those are the tarot cards, and we'll throw those over here. And then let's open up the expansion, and we've already looked at the dice. And where'd it go? Here's the dice and the cards. So let's look at these first. So we have a dice, we have cards. So these are Armory cards, which I think are additional item cards for the game, which there's some in the item deck already. This is interesting. Comes in a little, it's really tight package. Let's see if I can pull them out. Oh, it's this wrapping is kind of stuck. Let's pop this thing off. There we go. Okay, so let's see here. So this will be kind of a look into what some of the item cards would have been in the bigger deck. So let's see here. So it's kind of, I mean, I like the feel of this game, and I liked it from the from the Kickstarter. I like the artwork especially, and I think the standees turned out really nice. Ghost Stone, Hidden Village, so you get various items you can add to your characters as you're moving around. Not bad. Okay, and now let's move on to the expansion. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here. Okay. And this expansion has a ton in it as well, it looks like. So this is the Arch-Nemesis expansion, which is a great name. I also like that they kept the price point at a reasonable amount compared to some of these Kickstarters nowadays, which can get pretty high. Okay, so now we have new locations, 2 new tiles of locations, some new omens, which I don't know if we saw in the other one. I don't really remember. We have a rulebook. Is it the entire rulebook, or is this just the? Oh, okay. This is going to be a. Wow. This is just going to be a kind of a campaign game. It looks like, I think. More of a campaign. But it has a lot of content. It looks like we have another set of trays. We have some new, or basically a bunch of new factions to play. So if it wasn't asymmetrical enough with the base factions, it looks like we have 4 new factions that we can play, which are the Hookon Shadow Striders, the Renegade Legion Black Brotherhood, the Tuathon Wave Singers, and the Yatuma Last Herd. And I like these. The look of these better than the base game. So let's see. We got a lot of stuff crammed in these trays. So this one has everything separated already. We have some new, I guess, monsters that go with the expansion. The Stormbringer, the King of Plagues, and the Harvester. And then we have our new, which I'll separate all this stuff. There's a lot of things in here. Alright, so we have, okay, these are cool looking. These are like lizard mages, it almost looks like. This is awesome. Kushi. It's like, I don't know, riding a crab. And we got a spear guy. And any other ones? So we have this. Oh yeah, it's like a lobster or scorpion. Lobster scorpion. We have some more cards for it. And now in this one, they crammed in a whole bunch of some, basically tokens for each of the things. We have, looks like bases for each of the things. We have another deck of cards for all of these in here. In this one, we have, let's see. Ooh. So we have additional Legion with the Empress, Dracolic, the Inquisitor, the Butcher, and we have the Brown faction, which I don't remember the name from in there, but we have, I don't know, like kind of Minotaurish people, maybe Beast. It's a boar. Got like a boar rider, Major, some sort of mage, I guess. We have that one. This guy is like a whip Minotaur with a whip. And we have Vajalica and the Herd, which the Herd sounds like you don't want to mess with the Herd. And for our last box in here, so this is basically, it seems like maybe like a, I don't know if it's a campaign or just more backstory, and a set of 4 factions which look really cool. So these are like cat people almost, I think. Azir. Sorry. I've been talking for a while. And we have that. Let's see. Tazdani. Went down the wrong pipe. All right. And the last one is the Gray People, which are this cool like lizard thing. Oh, Mulkala, Talak, guy's like a beast rider of some sort. And a really cool looking swords guy. Man, there's a lot of stuff in here. So I'm going to go through all this and organize it. That is the unboxing of Uprising, Curse of the Last Emperor. If you like this video, please like and please subscribe. And we'll be doing a playthrough at some point in the future here of this game. Thank you.